Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be reviewing the fifth book in a series of unfortunate events, the Austere Academy, which was written by Daniel Handler under the pen name Lemony Snicket, which was published in the year 2000. So the book follows Violet, Klaus and Sunny Baudelaire as they go to their new home, which is a boarding school. And there they meet Vice Principal Nero, who you would assume it's a reference to Emperor Nero from ancient Rome, because Vice Principal Nero also plays the violin and does these elaborate, very long concerts for all the kids at the school. And as we know with Emperor Nero, legend has it he played the fiddle as Rome burnt. So that's a cool little reference there. And yeah, Vice Principal Nero, he's a very unpleasant man, and he makes them live in this orphan shack, so they're not even with the other kids, like in the dormitories and whatnot, and there's like crabs and mold, and it's not a nice place to be. However, there is some good news for the Baudelaires because they meet two of the Quagmire triplets, Duncan and Isadora. However, they do learn that their parents also perished in fire, as well as their brother Quigley, and they start to form a friendship together. So I think that what's really great about this book is when you're a kid, you sort of fantasize what it's like to not have parents. And I think in one of those aspects, it's going to boarding school. Like, it seems like this really fun thing to do. But of course, if you've ever met someone who's gone to boarding school, the reality isn't probably quite as good as the fantasy that you have. And you see this come up in other ways because, of course, Klaus is a very academic student, and he's finally back after being with all these relatives. He's finally back in an educational facility, and he ends up with this teacher who just wants to measure things, and she's extremely boring. And I think that's a really relatable thing, because any of us who've ever, was sort of the nerds in school, you get really excited about going to school, and then sometimes you end up with a teacher who's very boring and isn't that excited about teaching and isn't particularly very good at it either. So that's a very, real thing, I think. So I highly recommend this book. I absolutely loved reading it when I was a kid. It was one of my favorite books, and rereading it now, I enjoyed it just as much. So yeah, I think it's also where the story starts to really pick up in the series. And yeah, I definitely recommend it. Thanks so much for watching.